Now the
Live.
start. Sound. Yep. Sound is fine. You're live. Go ahead. Meet up. Go ahead. Introduce. But we will not see. No, you will not see anything. No. The question. Yeah. Will come up as and when people want to reply. That's the message. So let's start. So we have two messages. No, not that one. We have supposed to go plus 2 here.
तभी स्पैम में जाना था सब.
Yes. Question was selected. Question is what fits the image.
When is the Hangout on air? Now.
So we are currently live.
We are.
Sundar, can you start? Yeah, it's been 30 seconds. We are live.
Yes, you can actually start. So welcome students. So we are currently live. You can post your questions.
And whatever doubts you have, we are here to answer all of it. You can start now.
Before we begin, can we just give a brief intro and you guys can introduce yourself first?
Hello everyone. This is the Boston ISA team that you see.
We have currently 15 viewers.
Yeah, it's around 12:50 a.m. here, and we are up and running. We are a non-profit organization that works towards giving a smooth transition for students coming to Boston. We will be helping you with all your queries right now regarding temporary accommodations, permanent accommodations, airport pickups, or your whatever medication forms, anything that you can ask, we'll be happy to help.
Before we begin the Hangout and the Q&A session, I would like to just
Or if
give
you
a
have
brief
any problems in joining the Hangout, please let us know so that we can help you.
I think we have 34 viewers right now. So 34? Yeah, we have 34.
So before the Q&A session begins,
So we can wait for a while. Like someone maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
And airport will come. So.
I want to know.
Okay. Select. So the first question is, he wants to know about temporary accommodation and airport pickup. So we will by today or by latest by tomorrow, we'll be launching our website and the registration will be open tomorrow. So you can register over there. You can ask for temporary accommodation as well as pickup over there, and then we will reply you back with an email which will contain all the information. So don't worry about that. Which will be launching by today or latest by tomorrow. So the next question.
yeah.
We will be starting our temporary accommodation services by.
Like as said, like we'll be launching our site by today or maybe tomorrow. So the students can register, and if you want temporary accommodation, we can provide it. But
You have to tell us 7 days prior to your coming that you need a temporary accommodation, and we'll provide you with the same for around 10 days.
Yeah.
And after 10 days, you will have to.
Be the dealing between you and the host who will be will be providing you. So.
Okay.
So when do we have to register for airport pickup? So again, questions.
It's a complete registration that you have to do. It's the airport pickup, the temporary accommodation, and your the flight details and your personal information.
So
that you
again,
have
it's
to
a
put.
reminder that we'll be launching our site by today or maybe tomorrow. So you can register. You can register for airport pickup and temporary accommodation there.
Once you go on the registration page, you'll see all the three formats. One for airport pickup, the other one for temporary accommodation, if you want it, and the third one is your personal information. So you'll have to provide all the three information at the same time.
Just a reminder, please post your questions on the Q&A section, not on the chat.
Okay, so our next question is, what is the approximate cost of temporary accommodation with the ISA?
We are not involved with any cost factors. However, to give you an estimate, usually around areas around the university would be starting from $15 per day to $25 per day. That is the rate that we see during the last couple of years. But we don't involve anything with the money matter. We'll directly put you in contact with the person who is giving you temp accommodation, and you can have your talks with them.
The next question is, what are the approximate cost of pickup and temporary accommodation, and will I be getting a preference for pure veg temporary accommodation? Yes, we have. We will be taking into consideration when, like, you want pure veg, non-veg. We will be taking those things into consideration through your registration forms, and we try our level best to give you as per your convenience. With regards to airport pickup, you will have to pay only for the cab service, the shared cab service that will get you from the airport to your temporary accommodation place. So that's the only cost that will be associated with the pickup.
We'll be there to help you out by our own cost. We'll be there at the airport, so don't worry about it. We'll be there, but you have to pay the cab driver for whatever service you take, whichever location you'll be going. It will be.
One thing I would like to add here is, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, cool. One thing I would like to add here is, as we already mentioned that the cab fare, we would be only charging the cab fare. The advantage that you guys would be getting here is, in case if you come down alone and you take a cab, you have to bear the whole expense. But how we have seen in past years is, usually there are people who Boston ISA would be catering, and so eventually it turns out that 5 or 6 people are together. So you get to split the cab fare, and it turns out to be very comparatively very cheaper than you taking a cab on your own. So yeah. We can switch to next question from now.
What about insurance?
Okay, so this is about the insurance part. So Sundar sir will explain you about. I mean, it's related to the insurance thing, so it will clear all your doubts regarding insurance.
Okay, let's take a step back here. Okay, I probably feel that we've not introduced ourselves in a right fashion. We just jumped on to the questions. It's all because we're curious to answer all your questions. So we're a small organization. We are a sweet organization, and this has been a whole, I would say, stupendous initiative from all of us. I think they've been working really hard. So everyone sitting here has contributed to getting this Hangout on air, making it a real venture, and starting up something really awesome. And let's get one by one. I think I'll start with the person who's sitting extreme left of me, and I think probably right of you, is Meera. Yeah, Meera, would just wave your hand and say hi. Okay, Meera, you should introduce the next person.
Okay, she is Riti.
Say hi.
Hi.
So I'm Yash.
Hi, we'll introduce
Hi, I'm Karan. He's Sundar. Extremely Sundar.
And then he's Pratik. And this is Kale. I mean, Rahul.
And this is Ankur.
Hi.
Okay. So this is our wonderful, lovely team, and there we have someone who's sitting in California, the president of Austin ISA, Nobel J.
Hi guys.
Joining from San Diego, California.
Yeah.
Probably
That's about right.
9:55 p.m. out there,
Yeah.
and here it's almost close to 1.
Yeah.
I think he has a jolly good time out there. So
Yeah.
let's. Nobel, you want to say hi?
Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome, and let's kickstart the Q&A session for now.
Let's get back to the question there. Okay?
Yeah.
Now that you know all of us, you know all the faces, let's connect to the question. So it says, what about insurance? So the way insurance goes here is you need either an insurance from India or an insurance in United States. But it's a mandate. You should have one or the other. So there are pros and cons that we have mentioned in our documents, and one which exclusively caters to insurance. So there are a bunch of insurance providers in India like Tata AIG, ICICI, Bajaj, and all of these provide overseas education insurance, where there's any halt in whatever your travel or your health, it's all taken care of. As always, there is a US counterpart as well. So you have many insurance agencies like Howard Pilgrim. There's Northeastern's University Insurance, which is catered by Blue Cross. So there you would find a bunch of these as well. But at the end, there are pros and cons on both sides. The university insurance will be slightly higher than what you would get in India. And the insurance rates in India would be low, but whenever you want to avail those services, the claims that are processed would take more time, as opposed to the ones that are in the US, which are local, they are done faster.
And that is the only recommendable also.
Yeah. And yeah.
So, and yes, I can speak about the ISO insurance also. Yes, it's a pretty famous insurance over here. ISO, many students opt for that over here. Like, it's always a thing when people decide between a university insurance and the ISO insurance. If you really have health concerns, like major health concerns or something, we will recommend you for university health insurance rather than a ISO one. ISO one, there are different coverages, gold, silver, platinum plan, everything. So it depends upon how much coverage you want. So opt for that accordingly. We can just guide you with the insurance according to your need. So the next question, are there any restriction on utensils like non-stick pans which are banned on the airport?
Not really.
No, not really. You
We
can
haven't
carry them.
heard of anything of that. Unless you are pretty violent with those fans or.
I would like to add one thing here, and that is in the wake of the Boston bombings that we had. I've heard a couple of cases that I read in the newspaper that people carrying cookers. There was a single incident. I won't blow it out of proportion, but there was a single incident where a person carrying cooker was took in for questioning on the immigration in Detroit or Denver, I guess. But I think when the investigation was done in detail, it was brought into the notice that the individual couldn't explain why he was carrying a cooker. So that's what landed him in trouble. So I mean, like, as long as you're able to defend why you're getting a cooker, which is like you have an obvious reason that you're coming as a student, you shouldn't have a problem. So it should be good.
Like, wait, can we please get a brief idea about the mean arrangements during the temporary accommodation, or we have to arrange it? Okay. So, so the question is, can you give a brief idea about the means arrangement during the temporary accommodation? So,
This totally depends,
Depends on the person
who's giving you the temporary accommodation.
exactly.
So we can't really comment on this right
It's
away.
between you and the person who's giving you the accommodation.
So there might be a case where you have to pay a little more per day, and the meal is served every day.
Yeah, for the grocery
But,
stuff.
but there might be some time when you have to cook for your own, and you have to bring your own stuff.
So I'm coming to Boston on August 20th. It's difficult to find accommodation after coming there. We do it because students are coming on with them. Okay.
So ideally, it really seldom matters where you're reaching Boston on whether the 20th or the 13th. What would be more critical is if you can find groups, if you can find friends in India who are coming down to Boston, that'll make everything easy. People who come in early try to find accommodation. Not that you won't get accommodation. There are apartments. The only con here is you will probably have to stay away from the university. But there are plenty of apartments. If you're ready to travel, probably a 20 or 30-minute ride, then probably you're good even if you're not 20 minutes. Hope that answers the question.
If you have found your roommates, you can send 1 or 2 people ahead so that they can find apartments, and then you can join them later.
So it is advisable. So this thing should be done in India.
Yeah,
Finding
finding a roommate should be done. Yeah.
Like if you're planning like staying over here for 10 days and then finding permanent accommodation, so it's a bit risky, not recommendable.
Make your groups and start searching for apartments from there itself. It's helpful. You can come here and then see it and book it.
Don't book it from there.
Yeah, don't book it from there.
Moving on to the next question. So it says, hi everyone, good evening. What is the capacity of IS students in NU this fall? Heard it has increased. Will the increased strength affect us in terms of on-campus internships and co-op? Thank you.
Okay, let an IS speak.
I think someone from IS would be.
We are all from IS.
We all
We
are.
all are from IS.
Except the code.
Yes.
So the strength of IS, I don't know how much it has increased now.
Now it has been like 120. So the spring and the fall admissions has been combined together on the fall.
Okay. So I will explain you scenario of our time. It was between 100 to 130. So finding internships and co-op doesn't really depend upon how many students are there in class. It really not depend because you are competing with the whole, to be minimum, I would say Massachusetts students. So it depends
It's
upon
more
your
on the
knowledge and
individual quality.
individual
And there are
quality.
many jobs in Boston, so
There
Boston
are
is
like
the hub.
10 number of startups, and you can also go to like big companies. We have all great people sitting here.
Yeah, she works in Microsoft. Yes.
And we have Dell Secures, EMC, patient people. So there are like many startups, and depending on your personal.
So it really not depends upon how much capacity a class have or something. It depends upon you.
If you're good, you're in.
And talking about on-campus jobs, so for the first semester, please expect very less. I mean, don't expect a lot that you're going to get an on-campus job or something like that. So yeah, on-campus.
Yeah, so capacity increases, obviously the competition increases for on-campus.
But the
It's
most
all lottery system. It's all on the lottery system basis. So
But you can
Yeah.
definitely try, and
Yeah.
if your luck is good, you will get. But
It
don't
could be good if
expect
in the
it.
first sem you concentrate on your studies
studies
because you will be
the
new over
subjects
here
are like tough in the first semester.
and you will be new here.
Yeah, adjusting with the what MS studies are, adjusting with the atmosphere. So it's better you avoid the on-campus job in the first semester.
Try to roam around in Boston.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The best weather you get.
You are in
Yeah.
fall, so you
In
will,
summer.
you will enjoy the
Summer
fall
and
colors.
fall are like the best thing.
Adding
Okay.
on to the previous question.
Before we start for the next question, can we introduce Hari? Hari's back.
Sure.
Sundar, sorry.
Good.
Yeah, I guess. That's Mr. Hari Sadhu.
No, he's on.
Oh,
He himself.
I think you're on mute, Hari.
You're on mute.
Yeah, that's it.
I am from India. I am from India right now, and I'm having problems streaming. So I'll try and pitch in every single time I find a good question.
Okay. So yeah, moving on to next question. The next one is a good one, guys. If you can take it.
Adding on to the previous question, is traveling 20 to 30 minutes to the university during winter advisable? Does public transport suffer during winter? Absolutely not. I don't think it increases, it affects the transport system out here, because this has been happening for years together, and there are delays, but it's not too much of a concern if you use public transit as such, because most of Boston is well connected, and the public transit goes pretty fast between two stations. So it's pretty much advisable that you travel.
Staying nearby the university will help you a lot, because if you stay nearby the university, it's the first place to be cleared during the snow. So I'd suggest you to stay nearby.
And also, if you're like staying in the library like late at night, so you have shuttle service within 1 mile of the university. So again, that's a benefit if you stay close by.
So the next question. Okay, I have an external HDD in my bag. Okay.
So Noble is going to answer this.
I did bring an HD.
Noble has experience in that.
Yeah, I won't deny.
Don't keep it in your bag.
I don't think. I mean, like until unless you mess up real bad and get into serious interrogations, I don't think there'll be any situation where a hard drive is inspected. But they do reserve the right to check it. So, I mean, like based on how much you're willing to share the contents of the drive, you can place a safe bet.
Put it in the check-in.
Yeah, put it in your bag. Take back.
Yeah, you get the contents.
Yeah. Yeah, it all boils down to how willing are you to share that information with everyone.
So the next question is, there are apartments with lease of 12 months or 6 months. There are month-to-month payment. I would like to know what are the criteria should I keep in mind while finalizing an apartment. Anyone would like to take?
Yeah, so it depends. Like first thing is security. So if you find the area secure, if you can ask the seniors, we are always there to help you. So you can ask us if the area is secure or not. So yeah, the first thing is security.
Then second is how close it to the university.
Yeah, right.
Then there's something related to payment.
How good is the apartments? Because there are apartments which have bed bug.
Bed bug is the major issue.
So I would suggest you that don't make any payments, means full payments, unless you have shown it to someone, a senior who's there. Because that's how it's advised, to show it to a senior or contact them and say, is that the right place I should go and buy? And about the rents, if the apartment has much demand, it's mostly of 6 months, or generally it's 12 months that you have to pay.
So there are all the options available for you, mostly 12 months or month-to-month basis. The month-to-month basis will be very, very costly. Just to give an example, Hari.
Yeah, also one more thing I wanted to add was you probably would ideally want to go for a 12-month lease, because you don't want to be shifting your stuff regularly, because you're going to be stuck at the university with your courses, and the last thing you want is to be like moving stuff here and there in between. So ideally a 12-month lease would be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anyone taking a 1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, 1 month is very rare.
Mostly the 1 month lease are for extension.
Okay, so then next question is how much cash to carry?
And how much amount to be carried in traveler's check or
the forex.
Okay. So generally, what we recommend is approximately $1,000 that you could carry, up to $1,000. But when I came in, I probably carried $500 in a forex card, just
Fine.
my initial, expenses. But more often than not, people usually are advised to carry $1,000 on your forex card, so that whatever initial transactions that you have until the day you open your bank account can be covered. It could be as good as your 1 month's rent. And, it could be your cab fare. Could be many things. Could be your grocery for the temporary accommodation. So we advise that you at least carry $1,000 in your forex card.
And also some cash. Cash, you need at least 400, 500 cash. You should keep at least.
I'd advise that you have some currency notes of $1, $5, $10. That's advisable at the airport if you want to buy something. And
Also for the
also
pickup, you
pay-
need cash, like
Yeah,
to pay to the
the
cab guy. So yes, you have to carry it.
So it's like if you have $50 and the rest you have to get something. Maybe.
So I would like to chip in here, and that is, these are all safe amounts of cash so that you don't, get into issues where it can get lost or something. But legally, the immigration allows you to go through with $10,000 of cash. That's the legal limit, and based on, you won't need like more than $500 or $600 for the first 2 days, even if you spend aggressively. So we personally say anything under 1,000 should be a safe amount, and that's what you should carry under, in general. But if you have some special conditions, like you didn't get your travel card ready or something, and if you're carrying, the maximum amount should be $10,000. Not, it shouldn't exceed that.
But if you carry that amount of cash, you need a receipt from where you have bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Whatever cash you get the receipt from the
That should not,
exchange where you-
yeah, from wherever you get it, from whichever bank you get it.
Again, this will be subjective, but on average, how many people share the flat during temporary accommodation?
Again, this is like, it solely depends on the person whom you're going to be with. We at present we really don't know whom are you going to go with and how many people do they take for temporary accommodation. So it's a bit difficult to answer that part.
So they are all students. So some students who are here, means who have gone for their internship or who have gone to India, they give a replacement, like a temporary accommodation to you. So it's like how you stay here. It's just like that. But they don't put many people in the apartment.
So ideally, to just give you a gist, it's it's generally according to the norms of the Boston government. It's supposed to be 2 per bedroom. So you can do the math and figure out, how many people could be in a temporary accommodation.
Okay, so the next question. Please let us know about the better apartments, facilities-wise, location-wise in Boston as compared with City View apartments.
Okay, that's a difficult
So there are various places like Fenway, then
Tremont, Mission Main,
Clearway Street, Mission Hill, City View.
yeah, Alston.
Yes, so every place has its pros and cons. You need to analyze them according, like what do you want? And the security is the first factor.
If facilities wise, City View is, I guess, the best.
I think most of us are.
Yeah. The best part about it is we all are here. Everyone stays in City View.
Yeah,
So, like,
Noble, can you see us?
No, I cannot.
Now,
Okay.
okay, sorry. So, yeah,
So City View.
City View, yeah.
So you're already biased with the thought that you are comparing everything with City View. So to just give you a brief idea, I think sooner or later you'll be living in City View.
Guys, the video is still not there. Sorry.
Pardon me?
Sorry?
The video is still not there. You guys are like off the camera.
I can see it.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, you're back. You're back. Cool. Go ahead.
Although we have one more member.
We have one more member.
Nani.
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 Nani, come on, say hi.
I think something is wrong.
Co-founder Boston ISA,
Co-founder.
along with
CEO and CFO.
No. Head of the Boston ISA Telugu division.
Okay. So,
Yeah, you can carry on with the City View apartments.
continuing the same question, I think we have a document that talks about what we think about the apartments around Boston area. So you could actually go through that, and you'll figure out what are our views. Since one of us has been living in each one of those places, so you would have a clear idea of what is closer and what has what facilities are there in each of the listings. So moving on. To
A fun fact just to add is, in case if you find our documents slightly biased towards City View apartments, which we have tried not to, a probable reason can be those documents were written inside apartments of City View. So, bear with us, yeah. We can move on to next question.
next question again. I think it's by Chirag. You answer?
Same question.
Okay, I think this is
Okay.
We've already
Which areas are better for Indians?
I think I would like to just point here that there are no better areas or best areas for Indians. Every area in Boston is good, equally good for everyone. It's a pretty harmonious community, and the entire city is full of people. It's a very young crowd, so you'll be comfortable living anywhere in Boston. So I think you should remove that idea that whether you're an Indian, you're from any part of the world, you'll be comfortable living in Boston. Okay, going to the next question. Nikita Sakre. Okay, pardon me. So when can we set up a bank account in the banks you guys mentioned in the prior session? Also, do we need a senior? Do we need a senior for recommendation for the same? So I think you wouldn't need you probably don't need a senior to recommend you to a bank. Although we have mentioned that there are Bank of America, which is a prime banking in the city of Boston. So you'll find that every place. So we usually recommend students to open a bank account there.
I would suggest you to do two things once you land in Boston, the first day or the second day. One is to open your bank account, and the second is to have your phone.
Yeah.
The bank account needs just your passport. Just go with your passport and you can open a bank account. It takes hardly 15 minutes to open it. About the phone, maybe you'll have to have someone as a primary account. The system here it works is like you can have 5 people in one family plan, and it's cheaper than having one individual plan. So go for it and do the first two things: is open your bank account and your phone, and try to have deposit all the cash that you have in your bank account. After you open it, you get your debit card instantly and it's activated, and you just go and.
So for the first month you'll get a temporary card, and after a month you'll get a permanent card. So yeah,
do those two steps first.
Okay. So moving to the next question is by Kuljit Singh. How much USDs are sufficient to live in Boston? I know Boston is pretty expensive. Need an estimate figure Thanks for your help. Okay, I think Miro has a good idea about it.
You're right, Boston is expensive. It's a bit on the higher side as compared to other cities in US. However, as seen, the rent here is around 500-ish per month, and plus your individual expenses are yours. I mean, I don't know how much you will be spending upon food and stuff, but on an average, it could be around $200.
Yeah.
And plus, considering all the phone bills and other stuff, it comes out around $800 a month. That's the average I'm saying. It could be less, it could be more, but then on an average, it's 800, yes.
But for the first month, you will need more money for your mattress, your bed frame, whatever you want. Means
Winter clothes.
not from now, but yeah, you will need pay one.
Even for
You
booking the
need,
apartment.
yeah, booking the apartment. You will need a deposit. So that will be around twice the rent per month, and yeah. And for the laptop, your phone, you have to consider each and everything.
Probably your initial expense should be close to
1,500,
1,500.
1,500 to maybe 2,500 basically.
depending on your laptop,
Yeah.
Mac or
So I think a MacBook Pro is what? $1,200, $1,300.
After discount, it's 1160.
After discount, it's 1160.
yeah, you get a student $100.
$100 student discount.
So the next question is, could you guys give a brief idea about how the weather at Boston all year round?
Weather.com.
So weather will be good right now when you arrive.
Summer.
This is the best time.
Yeah, fall is very good, but as it
Winter
starts,
is coming. Literally, winter is coming.
Winter is bad, and you have time to adjust yourself here, but
You'll get used to it.
don't worry, the apartments are all warm.
All heated. Yeah.
Don't worry about bringing more jackets.
Yeah.
Winter
Don't
jackets.
buy
winter
jackets in
don't
India.
work here, so-
Try to come here and then buy jackets and clothes. Winter clothes here.
See, plus Indian jackets won't.
And you have to buy here.
And for the snowshoes also, I suggest you to come here and then buy a snowshoe.
Next.
Okay, so moving to the next question is by Pranav Sharma. Is it safe to book an apartment directly from India? We have formed groups and we wanted to get some apartment booked through a broker.
So broker is
You really don't need to do bookings through a broker because you will have to pay him a month or two of your rent. So you can always take the help of your seniors. We are there to help you all. So
and
it's
there are
better-
always online websites.
yeah, online websites. If you want any of us to just check your apartments, or is it something that you're not being tricked into, we can help you into that. But brokership is not really.
Avoid it.
We're getting a lot of questions, so kindly be patient. We'll be answering one of them.
Another thing regarding the accommodation that I would like to add is, if you're really hurrying about accommodation, City View, Mission Main, all these areas which are very common, and if you directly go to contact the leasing office, it's, I would say, more or less safe, but again, you won't know what you're getting into. So that is still not advisable, and it is always advisable that you come see the apartment and then book it. But in case if you're really panicking and you need to go for it, I mean, don't go through a personal broker. That's all we are saying, because it can land you in trouble. I mean, there's a high probability.
Early. That's what it is.
Or if you have any of your friends over there, so ask him or her.
You can contact your seniors from your college and ask.
Before we move to the next question, we have our web development team lead. Say hi. Say hi. Come on, speak up.
Hello.
That's it.
He's tired.
Tired.
Time there.
Working on
That, by the way, that is how the library looks, just in case you all want to see it.
Okay. So moving to the next question by Niranjan Gowri. Is it advisable to buy clothes from India itself or they are cheaper in cost?
Buy clothes from India, but don't buy winter clothes.
Yeah, jacket.
Just a quick question. I mean, like to Niranjan. I mean, like, what are you trying? I mean, like, just getting some Levi's or Hugo Boss or something. Then I mean, like, it's all the same everywhere.
In fact, we get made in India, made in Bangladesh.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like, as of now, it would be a safe practice that you have like do a happy shopping in India and then come here because you would never know how traveling and commuting would work out here for your initial days. So it is a safe option. You don't want to, I mean, like, be short on clothes when you come here.
You can shop in as
Moving to the next question by Muneeb Kaushik. Is it advisable to get a smartphone from India if we are already having one, or is it better to get a phone under contract?
I think I can answer that. So, tell your personal experience. Yeah, because talking personally, I do have a phone, a smartphone which is from India. So I still use it. So it's Samsung brand, I'm not advertising. So yeah, I think there's no issue with that. Sometimes you may face problem with the question. I mean, yeah, US supports 4G, but our Indian phones doesn't. So yeah, it will cover around. I mean, the network you'll get will be 3G or 3.5. So yeah, but it works. If you are not planning to buy a new one, that's not a problem.
To buy a phone on contract. If you buy a phone, don't buy it from there.
Yeah, don't buy a new phone. If you already have one, you can bring that phone. Yeah, you can use the SIM and yeah.
So if you know that people make phones from here to India.
Everyone is going to buy it.
Don't buy a new one from there.
So let's move to the next question.
I bring any
Kushagra Verma. Says, should I bring this sweatshirt when I land here?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, so, the flight also will be good. It's for sure. And yeah, it's a long journey, so you should bring. And also the Boston weather. It's like today it's summer, then within an hour it could be winter. You will have no idea. If it's 78 right now, it could be 60. Yes, so
It was 15 degrees in the morning for today and 25 max. It will be around the same.
The next question is by Harish Minar. People say staying near Parker Hill apartment not safe. There was some random shootout. Murders. What you guys say about it?
Yes. I mean,
That's it.
the facts are true. They are not. So, as a little.
Also, adding on this, it's your, I mean, you're new to Boston, but not aware of it. Just make sure you choose your apartment which are more secure. The seniors are aware of that. You can ask for seniors. Random areas because you're new to Boston.
Even the mission mail, you can in the mission mail. There are safe areas. And there are some areas where outside. But the thing is, no student is affected by this. So you can consider that option.
Only rule is consult the student.
Avoid brokers.
And if you you read the news carefully, you will probably not find any student getting affected because of this. And please bear in mind that the Boston Police Headquarters is right across Mission Bay, and it's probably like a 3-minute drive for them to reach out wherever you are. They're very close to the university.
There is a virtual.
So yeah, there's another university called Wentworth Institute of Technology. There is one called Mass Art. So you have various colleges. So you shouldn't worry about it. But bear in mind that you're new to Boston. Don't really move out late at night. That may not be. Moving on to the next question, by Priyanka Kadam, is what is the tuition fee payment procedure? Can you just brief us about it? Anything related to money?
Okay. Tuition payments, as soon as you register for your courses, you will be getting a bill, an online bill. Don't worry, don't panic, you don't have to pay that bill ASAP. You have, after your course starts, you have a 2-week deadline to pay off that bill. However, being said that, if you are late, after 2 weeks, if you pay your fee, we will charge you a penalty of $200. But they waive off this penalty for the first time. Not after that. Only for the first time you are allowed to pay late fees. That is up to the end of the semester. However, for the second time, you will be charged around $200. So make sure so after the course starts, 2 weeks. If not, pay the $200 penalty. Get it waived for the first time.
You can pay it on, so you can visit the university and swipe your card.
Yeah, there are many ways you can pay your fees online. Cards, there is a monthly installment payment also. Wired, anything. Your bank can directly wire it to your account.
If you are taking loans, you can directly wire it.
Forex cards, all of that works.
So moving on to the next question by Rishikesh Barve. Says, how do I get a SIM card once I'm in Boston? I have heard buying a SIM requires SSN.
It depends. Like we use T-Mobile. So for T-Mobile, you don't require any SSN.
You have to show your passport.
Yeah, some ID proof is definitely required. So I think AT&T. Yeah. So we have AT&T and we have T-Mobile. So this was about T-Mobile. Now talking about AT&T. Yeah, it does require SSN. So I think if you have any of your relatives over here or any of your friends who has an SSN, or has an SSN or
even seniors, you can
seniors. So if
collaborate with family.
We can also waive this off by giving $500 as deposit, and we get back that money after 6 or 12 months, depending on how you.
Yeah, but make sure if you're using someone else's SSN and you just don't misuse that.
So moving to the next question is by Abhishek. Also, what are the list things that we need to buy once we are in Boston? As of now, I know laptop, insurance, SIM card, anything else apart from that. Do we need to get an iron box from India? I don't see that being mentioned in the list of items. I think
that is a bad option.
so. I don't think you should bring an iron box. I think that could be purchased here. It's very cheap, but you don't have to bring an iron box. Probably is very heavy, and the other thing is there are metal detectors when you head to the airport. So you may be questioned why would you need an iron box? Considering the fact it's very cheap cost, so I don't think you need. So yes. Oh, oh. I think if we do +1, it depending on number of updates. So let's go to the next question. Thus, which is by Niranjan Gowri. Thus, rent increases from month of August, September for City View apartments.
Yes. There is an increase in the rents as far as like when we in September the rents go a bit higher if you book them right away like in August. Will get them cheap. Like I remember one of my friends booking the apartment in July or something, so they got it in 2,700. But same people coming in August, they got it a bit expensive.
So it works on the basis of demand and supply. So basically, there is a lot of intake of students during the fall period, which is between August and September. So everything increases because there are apartments that are close by the vicinity of Northeastern are taken away. So that's usual, and it would probably come in early and take an apartment. And that's the case.
The audio is not clear from the last two questions. Okay.
No, okay, that's by Anirudh. Okay.
Well, can you?
I can't. That is why I'm trying a different machine.
Okay, you can't hear us.
I mean, like, it's intermittent. I mean, like, half of the stuff is audible, half of it is not.
Okay.
But I think it's a connectivity issue.
Okay. And Vivek, can you hear us?
Yep, it's clear.
You have to speak it loud.
I think we have to be a little more loud. But I don't. I don't think that will work. Anyway, okay, so let's move to the next question. Is hi guys, good evening. How are the future job prospects for a graduate student in operations research, the Department of Industrial Engineering at Northeastern? Is finding internships easy, and does co-op help for operations research as a subject? This is by Chirag Subramanian. Yes. I think this would be answered when you probably come down here at Northeastern. We'll be having a session where we'll be talking about every department in detail, and you would be allowed to interact with the seniors who are present here, and I think they would be in a better position to answer this question. But of course, internships and co-ops are good, irrespective of the field that you are in. Really matters the day you have in the student.
So the next question is, I heard that 11 students got placed in Delhi for BA roles from IS. That is totally wrong. This year, can you share their profiles? What courses have they taken in order to achieve that BA role? What are the ideal courses to get into? So I think there is one girl who got into Disney. Her name is Sakshi Arora. You can contact her. So I know.
So regarding the question, Rosie, it's the same. Like we'll have the session where we'll explain you about, like we have told you previously. We'll explain. Yeah.
I think once you come down here, we'll be in a better position to assist. Okay.
There will be a session for each of them.
Get mostly technical into technical.
Moving on to the next question. It's by Smith Shah, and since I will be coming over there and searching for apartments, will I be late for for finalizing apartments, as majority of the good flats get booked by mid-August. Yes and no. I think you'll probably have to sneak in early to get apartments that are closer to Northeast. But those are really small and matchbox apartments. You really are looking at stone throwing this. But if you are willing to travel a little bit, you get bigger apartments and they'll be available in plenty during mid-August. Moving to the next question, it's by Nirvana Tanuj. And says, can you tell us a bit about how the lease agreement works as we picked up an apartment in Roxbury? Also, we plan on informing the landlord that 4 people will be staying, but 6 of us intend to stay. People do that, right? No. It's a straight no. We don't support it, and I don't think you should do that either. Okay? This is at your own discretion that you add 2 more people, but as for our opinion, I don't think you should be doing that.
And the best we can do here is not show this hangout on air to your landlord. That's all.
Yes. Yeah. And lease agreement is pretty simple. You usually have the first month, the last month, and a security deposit that you need to pay upfront. And they usually work for 12 months. So starting September 1st to August 31st. And I think that's it. All 4 of you all have to sign, and you'll have to present your passports and I-20 to prove that you can pay like all this stuff. Okay. Moving to the next question by Dikshit Patel. I've shopped for spring from India. What exactly is the clothing during the winter times apart from the coats? Is it advisable to buy woodland shoes or normal sneakers? Would do. And later, maybe no shoes for winter from Boston.
Anything in shoes, winter, don't buy. Yeah, just avoid it.
Avoid buying it
Get
from
it cheap
India.
for you.
Coats and all as well. You have many varieties here. You have a Burlington Coat Factory where you get good branded stuff in each state. So I personally think that you should come here and buy all your spring and winter clothes. For summers, you can obviously shop in India, but for winters, it's advisable that you come here and buy stuff.
And if at all you have jacket, you can just wear it in flight and don't pack it in the bag.
Also, before winters, you're going to get many sales over here, like Black Friday and Thanksgiving. So yeah, you'll get all those stuff.
So, moving to the next question, it's by Mahindra M. It says, hello guys, what are the means of getting chances of working with professors as teaching assistants or freshers? Is that the only mailing project details and work experience will help to later the chance? Basically, I think if you want to become a teaching assistant, it all depends on the professor, and it depends on what kind of projects that you've done, what kind of work experience you have, how close it is to what you are going to be working with. So to give you an example, so if you have done a course on probably computer programming, C++, and if that's the thing that you are going to be working with the professor as, then you might stand a good chance to become a teaching assistant. But if more often than not they require work experience and they require some amount of practical experience in that particular domain.
But that's not in the first sentence.
And
Yeah, for freshers, you can't be.
You need at least 3 years by this.
Usually you take the course and then become a teacher. Yep.
One quick suggestion, guys. Can we be a little quick with answers because I see a huge pending log behind, and also someone just posted that her questions aren't being answered. So if we can keep it brief but yet informative.
Yes. Okay. Hari wanted to say something. Yes.
Yeah, and I on the TA part of it, it also to a part depends on the department also. Like for example, my department, the ECE department, if you need a TA, the professors generally tend to prefer a person who's doing a PhD as to a person who's doing a master's because they want a long-term commitment. But whereas if you take say a CS department, you have MS students who are doing TAs. So it's also a bit the department also plays a bit of a role in the TA assignment.
So, moving on to the next question by Harish, and he says, "What about the on-campus job opportunities and how much we can earn from that? And is that okay? The job start for the first semester. It's highly unlikely, uh, and we probably will earn
Around
8
9
to
to
10
12.
Yeah,
Nine-
it's like
nine
it's
is
9 per hour, and you can work for 20 hours. You can't work more than 20 hours per week. So yeah, you can calculate, and you have to pay tax.
Again, it is not advisable.
The first time.
for the first for us to do.
Yeah, it requires.
So the next question is by Namit Kumar, and will my Indian mobile number work over there to contact my parents after landing the next? Okay. So yeah, it's here. And how much time will it take to get a new number there in Boston? Yeah. So just the first part. So I think your Indian mobile number would work, but it will be pretty expensive because you'll be getting into the roaming sector, and that would increase the cost per minute to speak to India. People usually use calling cards, and that's pretty inexpensive and it works well. So I think it would be better off if you get a US number and then a calling card to reach out to your parents. Going to the next question, it's by Niranjan. How does the disbursement of loan happens, particularly in case of SBI bank loan, as we can manage the cost in the second year through co-op when we disburse the loan amount as per our requirement in the first year? Please share your experience. Anyone who's on loan?
Uh,
Anyone who's on loan can explain this. I think Nobel or Vivek.
yes.
So in case of a loan disbursement, what happens is you need to provide the fee statement from the Northeastern University to the RAPC office, that is the loan division of SBI, and then the SBI officer will request your parents to provide the share amount which what has already been decided. So like if it's a 49-51%, 49% will be given by the bank and 51% will have to be paid by your parents to the bank, and then the entire amount is wired to the university account details which you provide when giving the fee statement.
Yeah, so the fee statement and the routing number, I think only these two things you require, and they'll wire that to the Northeastern's account. So the bank knows they're doing this stuff.
It is usually just a half-day process.
Will you want to add something?
Yeah, that's more or less the same process. I had my loan from a different account. It was Central Bank of India, and it's more or less the same amount, and more or less the same process as well. So they'll just you just need to submit your fee statement, and most of the process is carried out in India itself, and it's pretty fast as well. The initial glitch is just to get your loan approved. Once it is approved, everything is smooth, so you shouldn't be worrying about that factor.
Regarding can we disburse the loan amount as per requirement? Yes, you can. It depends. If you want to get the loan for the first semester and not the second, you can do it.
Yes.
But there's one thing that you mentioned that you can cover the expenses using through a co-op. I think that's pretty optimistic.
Yeah,
But
do count on it.
you realize that you're in a rat race, and there are tons and tons of people who are applying with you. So I won't do that. I'll carefully spend or rather disburse the loan amount as per the requirement of my coursework.
If you're not planning to take a loan, just load the money onto your credit card and you can swipe your card here and pay the fee. That's the easiest thing.
Moving to the next question by Sanjeev Kumar, and pretty interesting one. I have a HDD which contains all torrent downloaded on seasons and some other software. How safe it is? And I am also planning to bring my laptop which contains pirated softwares which I will uninstall before coming. Thank you for doing that.
But you don't require to. I mean, like.
Yeah, and I think from our end, we don't recommend whatever you have said in the HDD. We don't recommend absolutely. I think you should not bring it. But considering the fact that you have all these things, it's your discretion whether you want to keep it or not. If there is a check, be ready to answer the questions that they throw at you. In my opinion, you should not, because you're here to study and you want to be safe at all times. Remember, the first impression is the best impression, or the last impression. What do they say?
As opposed to this.
First is the best. First is the best. Okay.
Next.
Moving to the next question. It's by Mihir Kaushik. And when can we get a SSN on our name? And if I need a SIM after reaching there, what's the procedure? I heard something about joining someone's family plan.
So for the SSN, you need a job first. So you need an on-campus job. Then only you can apply for SSN on your name. This is the answer for the first part, and for the second part, what's the procedure?
What's the procedure to get the SIM?
Joining.
Oh, if you need a SIM. So we have already answered this question. Like we have two major mobile. Yeah. One is the T-Mobile, second is the AT&T. For T-Mobile, you don't need SSN. For AT&T, yes, you do. So you can ask any of your seniors or relatives who stay here, and you can buy a SIM without a
I would also like to chip in over here.
Yes, good.
You require for family plan, and SSN is required only if you are getting a postpaid connection. If you're going for a prepaid connection, you can just get it on your passport or any other identifying documents, and you just have to ensure that it's loaded every 30 days. If you run out of cash, the number, and if you don't load it within the 30-day period, then you lose that number and you have to again take a new prepaid connection.
So moving on to the next question is by Yash Sehgal. What winter clothes should we get from India? I think we already answered that. Don't buy anything from any winter clothes. Okay. So moving to the next question again by Sanjeev. This guy gets all the hits, I think. +2, +3. Okay. I have a loan from SBI and they say they will not disburse money for living expenses. I plan to ask them to send extra money in a new account and then refund extra money apart from the new bill to my personal account. Does this refund?
No. Earlier, Northeastern University used to refund the amount, but
Okay. I think Vivek is answering. Yeah, Vivek, go ahead.
okay. Earlier, Northeastern University would refund the amount if you asked for extra amount along with the bill that has been generated. But then the university realized that it is a means to avoid extra payment by students, and so now there's no refund. If the amount is extra on the bill, it is held by the university and deducted when the next semester fees is pending. So you won't get a refund if extra amount is wire transferred to you.
And yes, Hari wants to add something.
Yeah. Also, one more thing. I don't know how a bank will disperse extra money without you showing them proof for it, because you're sending them your Northeastern bill and they're going to send the exact amount that is shown in the bill. So I don't know if you can actually like ask them to send more money to that account.
No, again, what would happen is students would like take three subjects instead of two,
Oh,
and the bill would have three subjects, and so yeah, the bank would accordingly send the amount.
okay.
To add to this, I think the extra money that you're asking for could be for your laptop, could be for your initial expenses, and I think
That can be used.
that can be used. That can be used in your loan amount. You can probably
You
talk
have
to
to
them
send
and
the bill.
yes.
Yeah, but even if the bank sends money, the Northeastern won't refund it back to your account. It will be carried forwarded to your next expense.
So moving to the next question by Crazy Nirmal. Okay. I heard many students are working off campus. Can I also work off campus and please recommend places for it? Can I get SSN by working off campus? No.
Three no.
Three no's, all three no's, no, 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 no forever. don't even try, and I don't know where you heard no people work off campus. You have no clue of anyone working off. You're straight away deported. Yeah.
That's what I want, right? It's illegal and you might get a all expense paid right back to India. So
Red card in football, yeah. So moving to the next question, Aditya Ramesha. Hello guys, are there any specific liquid or food items that are prohibited to carry during travel?
I think avoid fluids. You should avoid fluids in both check-in as well as in carry-on bag.
Try to avoid anything metal in your backpack because that was the one which will be kept wherever you go.
Any food stuff which has seeds.
Label all the masalas and stuff that you bring. They need to know what it is in English.
So pack it if you're bringing it from your home. Take it in the Ziploc bags.
Just name it.
Let's also do bring prescription for all the medicines you can. You need to put the prescription.
The next question is by Yash Sehgal. Says, is the T-Mobile coverage really very bad in the university area and in around Boston?
In Boston, it's not. But if you like move to Waltham, it's in Massachusetts only. There, if you move, the coverage is pretty low. Not so. Yeah, it suffers coverage.
Yeah, you can compare 80 and 90.
Yeah, I think coverage is good.
Moving to the next question, it's by Yogendra. Okay. Do we need some kind of voltage converter to use electronic devices, especially laptop, computer, or all devices without such converter?
Well required. And right from
In India, we use 120.
you can buy
Better option. You don't postpay. Cost is
Yes.
definitely maybe $30 per.
Yeah, in T-Mobile. T-Mobile, exactly. So if you are in a family and you have a mobile with a good working mobile from India, it's going to cost you per month. So, you have a family plan.
Yeah.
So
30 to 40.
40.
So bear in mind that prepaid card, you'll have to keep loading it every single time without getting about it. But it's a postpaid card, it comes out as the bill generated in your name, you have to pay it every month. So the difference is that even if you miss out, this is going to be added onto your next month's bill. So you don't get the line is not disconnected. But if you're in a prepaid SIM card and you don't pay it on the 30th day, you're going to lose that number. Just go for a quote. Just go for a quote. Moving to the next question is by India, and is driving license from India valid there in US? Is it recommended to get from here? How easy, difficult is it to get a DL in US? Very good question.
You should get your driving license. Okay? Because you can drive on that license for 1 year from your port of entry. So, and after that, you can apply for driving license. Otherwise, you can take the examinations, one visit, and
levels of all these and get an international permit if possible, because I think it doesn't allow the New York is just 5 years. So you need an international permit driving license. You can get it. Go to the RTO.
License requirements varies from state to state. Some states won't allow the Indian driving license. Some states will allow. So Massachusetts is one of the states that allow driving license for 1 year.
So if you go to India in December and come back, it is valid for one year.
Ideally recommended is that you get a driver's license in Massachusetts as soon as possible.
Yes, next question.
So the next question is by Samir Sharan, and says, how many hours of classes would we be attending per day per week in information systems?
Okay.
I think we'll skip this. We'll skip this and we'll get back to this once you come down to Boston. We'll have a complete session on each stream. Yep. So yeah, just to give you a brief idea, I think the number of classes would be 8 credits. So 8 hours of class.
I guess. No, this is the old one. But
it is audible.
Yeah, probably it's the
okay. Yes, hard sound. So the next question is by Naveen, and he says, is the NEU library open 24/7? Does it make sense to bring textbooks from India?
yes, the library is open.
All the libraries.
You don't really need to take textbooks from India, because here you have like online.
Yeah. Okay.
So here you have like online books and professors provide can you hear?
It's a bit patchy.
Yeah, your voice is breaking up.
Voice is breaking up now?
Yeah, it's a little intermittent. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that here you have many online books available, and the professors also give their slides and all, so you don't really need to get any textbook from India.
So yeah.
That's it.
The next question is by Aditya Agrawal, and he says, what about partying, and are there economical or free weekends tag entries? Oh my God.
No free entry for guys. It's only for girls, it's not for guys. So,
Yeah, but there are many party
a
options.
$1.20 entry for any pub, and if you drink, you pay for that.
A little bit louder.
So there's no free entry for guys. Girls do have free entry. For guys, you have to pay for you and $20. And generally we have a $20 entry for any pub, and for the alcohol and all you have to pay.
So next question is by Tanmay, and he says, what is the use of making a Forex card if we go there and create a bank account and get their debit cards? Usually when you get a debit card, you have a limited money that's left out with the debit card, which is like probably $500 when you open an account for there. Although you'll be carrying either a demand draft in India or in the US it's called a banker's check. When you deposit, you probably get only $500 because it's an international check. So you may not be able to do a transaction which is greater than $500. So that is the reason why you would require a forex card until the time you get complete authorization of the amount of money that you deposit.
One more thing. Card is usually used by me for transferring money from India to here.
Yeah.
But then $2,000, $3,000 that is voted by my parents. I just swipe it in the bank and that's
Second thing is the safety. You will be carrying like $3,000 or $2,000. So get 500 in cash and the remaining part in first card.
So the next question is by Anish Pandey, and he says, which mobile phone service I've heard about T-Mobile and I get a matrix calling card. I think we are done with this, but no matrix calling card. The next question is by Josefa, and he says, is $500 a rent, a high rent? Do we still have to accommodate 6 people in a 2 BHK for this much because there is only one full bar and available in 2 BHK, more to the university. So again, no 6 people in a 2 BHK firstly. There could be only 4 people. 2 people per bedroom is what we would suggest ideally. So 5 is not too much.
I mean, the average.
The average.
Yeah.
Next question is working. It's by Vignesh. I'm working as a developer and my interests are in database side. If I choose my specialization, it will have a down effect in job opportunity, experience, and my interest are different. I think we will be talking about this a little later. Yeah. Thanks. The next question is by Yash. He says, can you give us a gist of things to do once you land in Boston, opening a bank account and getting a phone connection? I think we have a document for this. I think you could just refer to that to get to know about it.
You have to know everything.
So the next thing is by Ashrit, and he is, hi guys, we really can't hear what you're trying to say. Okay. I think you should be audible right now. Am I? Well, Hari and very. Yes, all set. Okay. So let's go to the next one by Yogendra, and says how many days it takes to get SSN, and are there any prerequisites?
Once you get your on-campus job, within a week or 2, you'll get your SSN.
The prerequisite is you need a on-campus.
Again, I would like to chip in over here. Like after you apply for an SSN, you will get the SSN receipt right away. You can start working by just using that receipt. You don't require to have the actual SSN card on you to start working. You just need to give the receipt, and once you get the SSN card, you can update it with the student employment office or whatever the employment office is.
Okay. So moving to the next question is by Chirag, and he says, hi all, the answer of voltage converters is in US was unaudible. Can you please repeat? So, no. So Chirag, it's pretty simple. You have a converter here, and you get it for probably a couple of dollars, and you
can get it from India as well.
Yeah, you can get it from India as well.
Anything works.
And it would work. It's pretty much simple that you just need a different pin. Everything would work, as it should be. Okay. Moving to the next question is by Samir. He says, hi everyone, how much time would it take for us? I think we have answered this. Okay. The next question is by Palash, and he says that our orientation is on 26th August. Are there any other activities, sessions which we have to attend in the following days or directly the classes from 3rd September?
So there are some fun activities, but nothing official.
Yeah, but
just around the college, there are some good stuff going
there
on.
are free pizzas, free T-shirts, and
Not a compulsion.
But
Yeah.
it's the best time to contact your seniors and
just go to the college and just go to it.
Yeah, just be around in the campus and you should be fine.
It's a huge campus.
Okay. So the next question is, I hope my questions are still in queue and will be answered. Yes. Is staying off the lease illegal? Yes, it is illegal. The next question is by Vinay, and he says, will Northeastern ask for supporting documents for the immunization other than Northeastern Health Form? I don't have the verified date of the disease of whatever.
You can,
So
so you can get a signed document from your doctor of any date which suggests. I guess that will work.
yeah.
In practice would be to bring in the documents, the supporting documents. However, it is very unlikely that you would be asked for supporting documents. So as long as the immunization form is signed by the doctor, you're all good.
You're all good. Yeah.
Can we move on to the next one?
Yes. The next question is, can we sell our laptops there for a good price since laptops are cheap there? I guess selling it in India will get a better deal than Boston. What are your views? I don't know why you want to sell your laptop, but anyway, if you sell it here or India, it's the same. You have to pay whatever
I guess
is the
no
cost.
one will buy a laptop.
Yeah. So the next question is, I'll be joining my senior's apartment, but he said I will be staying off the lease initially. Will it be a problem? Yes, it will be a problem. And this is between you and that senior of yours, but we ideally don't recommend anyone staying off the lease. The next question is by Vindhya, and she says, in immunization certificate for the vaccinations requiring more than one dosage, is it fine to just take one dosage here in India, the rest after arriving there? Will mentioning only one dosage in the immunization certificate cause any problem? Yes, it will cause a problem, and it is ideally recommended that you take all the required vaccines, as soon as possible, and consult your doctor.
Now, general rule, please don't ask us illegal questions. Stuff
Yes.
about illegal things, we will not recommend it for sure. So according to the rules.
Yes.
We will try to skip the question.
Yes. The next question is by Swagatika, and she says, a general question: what was the most difficult for you when you moved to Boston? Why didn't you answer? You're not talking. He's going to answer. Yeah. Finding girls.
Yeah. They will be not interested in us.
cook your own food.
Yeah,
Cooking
cooking.
your own food, then wash your own clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah,
whatever it is, do your
Yeah,
own
but doing
laundry.
Bring lots of papers.
See, yeah.
I think food would be the major issue, and if you've not stayed in a hostel or with people, adjusting
And the
to them is-
conversion, your mind will be converting everything from dollars to.
Yeah. So, the next question is by Rishikesh, and he says, guys, voice is cracking a bit at your end. Just wanted to let you know. Thanks.
Thank you.
I would like to add here that in case if the voice is cracking up, later when you would be see this whole Hangout on Air session would be uploaded on YouTube, so it would be crystal clear in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, just in case if you think that your question wasn't answered properly, you can just remember like how much on timeline, how much into the Hangout on Air session your question was answered, and you can just go and look it in there.
Additionally,
Sorry, but I mean, like, it's a network issue. We're trying to resolve it, but I mean, like, it's again a network.
additionally on YouTube, you will be able to see that which particular question is being answered, so you will know which question's answer was being given at a particular point of time.
Yes. So moving to the next question is by Palash, and he says, which laptop brand is generally preferred apart from Apple?
None.
The configuration you want.
Dell, Lenovo, IBM.
There are plenty, and online websites are better. CNET.com, please. Not that we support CNET.com, but one of the good sites. So the next question is by Aditya, and he says, "Can you people have icebreaker for Indian students?" What's an icebreaker?
No. There would be a kind of icebreaker when we'll have an academic Q&A session where you guys would be asking us. It would be it won't be a hangout. It would be like on campus. So we'd be answering your academic questions there, and so you can call it as an icebreaker. Yeah, we won't be serving drinks and food. So
No budget.
Moving to the next question is by Shubhajit, and how to find a permanent accommodation? Is it better to reach Boston and search for it? And how much does a 2 BHK, 3 BHK cost around? And how many people can stay?
I think this is answered before.
And I think the cost can vary anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000. Yep. And the next question is by Josefa again, and he says, "Hi guys, do we need to carry all the utensils and eating spices mentioned in that list? Usually 5 to 6 people will stay in an apartment. And is it advisable to divide these things between friends?"
You should do that. You should bring.
Yeah, you can divide the masalas if you want. So it can be more in the quantity and all. Yeah, instead of bringing all by yourself, you can divide among your friends and you can bring that.
Bring only the rare masalas. We have nearby shops where you can get all the masalas.
And also, if you prefer homemade masalas, you do bring them.
Okay. So the next question is by Mallika, and that is having a good option, and will it make like reading post books from the library?
More of PDFs and presentations.
Yeah, it will definitely help.
That would be having.
I think you should probably think about an Apple iPad. So yeah. Okay, moving to the next question by Uday, and he says, "What's the regular rent for a 2 BHK?"
You should refer to the website of the CityView or Mission. You will get all the rent.
Yeah, it depends where you are staying. So
Yeah, it would be around 3K to 3.5, $3,000 to $3,500, and again 2 BHK only. Next is by Sai, and he says, "How much amount as loan should I request the bank? And keeping in mind the tuition fee, living expenses, miscellaneous, etc. Please tell me in rupees approximately."
I think 20.
6 lakhs.
Okay, let me answer this.
Yes.
If the total amount that should be spent is 32 credits into 1400 per credit, if you are staying for 2 years on loan, then $800 per month. Your math is good, please calculate.
Okay. Moving to the next question is by Sandeep, and he says, "I'm arriving in Boston on August 8th, and I need temporary accommodation till September 1st. And can you please help me with this? Because I've posted about this in many NDU related groups, but I didn't get any reply." So,
We would be providing you temporary accommodation for 10 days. And in those 10 days, you could
search for other temporary accommodation or for a permanent accommodation. So, and again, we will be launching our registration very soon. So just stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yeah. Okay. The next thing is by Amit, and he says, "Do people stay off lease usually?"
And we don't answer.
We can't answer. Yes. Okay. The next thing is, what will be the cost per day for temporary accommodation?
we've already answered that.
Yeah, I think it depends. It really is
It's
not
between you and the person who's providing you the accommodation.
Yes.
We would be just facilitating the interaction between you and the house provider.
Yeah. Does the Merino Center weight room provide the lifting belt, or should I carry my own leather Tanmay, you don't have to carry anything. Marino is well equipped.
No, but for the lifting,
No, but
yes, you
yeah.
should carry.
Yeah, it's your personal.
You would still have it, right? Or
Lifting belt is
Belt is something which you wear, so yeah.
no, you would still get it from the Merino center.
I think there's only one. Yeah, there's only one and two, so it's better if you bring your own.
No, there are a couple of lifting belts in Merino, which you can use.
But again, it would be on availability. So advise that you carry your own.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is by Vignesh, and he says, which certification course can we do? Where is it?
So that it can be on the CV, something
yeah.
like that.
Can you stop the queue?
Okay. I think for just a brief moment we're going to be halting our Q&A, and let me copy one second. I don't think I can.
Done. No.
I don't think we can disable. I think we'll continue.
Okay.
So by Malika is asking the next question. What are the living conditions like in the temporary accommodations?
We try our level best to provide you the best that we can. Again, it depends on your luck and what sort of host you get, but we will try our level best to get you the best.
It's how the people live in the apartment.
Yeah, we won't be providing you, we'll be helping you in getting your temporary accommodation.
What we'll do is we'll give you the contact of who will be the host. That's it. You have to talk to them.
So the next is which is the cheapest network provider with good enough network, and what is your opinion on H2O prepaid SIM and T-Mobile? By Mihir.
See, we prefer T-Mobile
On those.
Yeah. So the answer to this is T-Mobile. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Next. So the next thing is what does it say? So as you guys explained, non-book apartment from India, is there a way we can hold it so that we can check it once we reach and finalize without paying any money? No, it is not possible, Josefa. You will have to pay a deposit or a holding deposit, which is probably like $500, and you can come down. Yeah, and you can come down here, just the apartment. Next question is by Yash, and it says, just wanted to thank you guys for conducting this session in this VR. Kudos to Boston. I say thank you so much for your kind words, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
We hope to see you on this side of the Hangout next year.
Yes. Okay. So the next question is by Vinod, and he says, will the people not in lease allowed to use the community service in City View? I don't know. Sorry.
By definition, they won't be allowed to live in the apartments.
Yeah, you're not allowed by immigration status. I think you're not allowed to stay. The next question is by Saurabh, and he says, should I get through eye and dental checkup from India before coming to Boston?
Yes. Next.
For the dental checkup.
The next question is by Tanmay, and he says, please suggest me some real estate office so when I come to Boston, I can directly go.
So when you come to Boston, you can directly meet us and we can suggest you that.
Yeah, and I think we have a document as well which will talk about it. Yeah, check all the documentation.
Yeah.
So the next question is Uday, and Uday says, my bank needs a fee receipt mentioning the amount for the first semester, but heard that NU will be mailing me the stuff in the first week of September, wherein I would be in Boston at that point. Can you guys tell me the approximate amount for the first semester? Yes, we can tell you the approximate amount. It could be
the number of courses, if there
Number
are
of credits into 1400.
into 1400. Is the approximate.
It depends.
You can check it out on the university site. It would be clearly mentioned there.
You don't have to be present in India to actually disburse this amount.
You can email or fax them from here.
So the next question is, when is the bill usually posted in my new portal?
Your video just turned off on me for some reason.
1 or 2 weeks
Yeah,
after
1 or 2 weeks after you have registered for that course.
I remember the bill posted when I was in India.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you register.
Yeah.
Once you register, we get the bill.
Yes. Hari wants to add something here.
No, your video just turned off for me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not sure if others have the same problem.
It's fine here. I think it's a network issue at our end, Hari.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're done answering this. So the next question is, do we need an international driving permit if we would want to travel across states, or DL would suffice?
You need an
You
international
answered this. Preferably you need a
Indian license. So the next
Some
one is
states allow it, some don't. So if you're planning to go cross country or something like that, you should have it.
So the next question here is by Vinay, and he says, "Is cricket popular in and around Boston? Should I get my cricket kit?"
only in South.
Smile Miro has.
Northeastern has a cricket team. You can definitely join that.
Mira was the president of NUCA. You can contact him.
Contact him once you arrive. The next question is, what is the cost of university health insurance?
Around 2,000, 2.5.
I think around $2,200.
200, yeah.
So the next question is by Josefa, and he says, "Guys, thanks a lot for this awesome hangout, answering all the doubts. Will a video be available in the hangout? As I missed some of the due to internet connection." Yes. We will be posting it. The next question is, adding to the previous question, I also wanted an approximate expense for the first semester. Approximately $14,000 for everything.
Expense?
Yeah, including your living, your whatever you need for your
For 4 months.
Around
$14,000. The next question is, which certification course can we do to add more value to CV? I think we'll answer this once you hear.
Yeah, in case if you're thinking of doing something from India, it's not necessary or mandatory. If you want to do something that specialization in your domain, you can go for it. But it's a little vague question. Won't be able to answer it precisely here. Next.
I think, Nobel, you can go with the next question. Would you recommend any textbooks to buy from India for CS?
None. You'll be wasting the valuable baggage space that you have. Don't bring any books. Everything is available online.
So the next question is by Vignesh, and he says, does NEU validate all applicants for scholarship, or do an individual have to apply explicitly?
You have to apply explicitly for it. Explicitly, and you does validate all the documents for it. So yeah, and
you need explicit application. Yeah. Moving to the next question. Are there restrictions on date that we bring an external hard disk, smartphones like movies, songs? Will it be checked at the airport? Don't bring anything that's illegal. Next question is, where do you guys get a haircut? And I've heard it's very costly out there. It is.
Like the cheapest one here is $15. So yeah. And
You need to give tip.
yeah, tip.
And you just go bald and come.
But I'll keep in here, it's still not worth it to cut your hair at home.
Yeah.
You don't look like a jackass.
Do anything in India, not here.
Is it mandatory? Okay. Going to the next question. It says, is it mandatory to submit a degree certificate? Would provisional certificate suffice?
You will need a degree certificate
Before you complete.
Before you complete your graduation. Once in a while,
Provisional would suffice for now.
you need transcript.
Yeah, you need official transcripts from.
So the next question is, can you avail on-campus accommodation? How much does it cost?
The cost is pretty expensive. You can, but it's expensive.
Around
I think
10,000.
yeah.
I think Vivek has
Yeah, I would like to chip in. The on-campus accommodation is mostly provided only for undergrad students. Only in exclusive cases do they provide it for graduate students.
Moving to the next question is on spices. The ISA document mentions 1 kg for most of the spices. What would you suggest on the quantity for people of 4 so that we can plan accordingly?
Just get one kg now for everything available nearby. There is a Punjab Minimart. You can go to Patel stores where everything is available.
Yep. Yeah, I think you can divide amongst yourself. Okay. The next question is, as you guys said, so 4 people can stay in a 2-bedroom apartment. I see some landlords wanting only 2 people in the lease agreement. Is it common?
That may be for one BHK.
No. There are apartments.
There are
just 2 people in one.
Yes. Yeah. Hari?
Clarify it from your landlord.
no same thing that was said, that there are some landlords which prefer 2 people, like 1 person per bedroom, but then that is normally not taken by Indians, because obviously you want the rent to come down, and 1 person per bedroom would lead to a lot of rent.
Maybe in small houses.
Maybe, yeah.
So the next question is, what are the consequences of staying off lease? You can't stay off lease. That's it. Period.
Eviction, simple answer.
The next question is, hello, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you, Naman. Thank you.
Yeah.
The next question is Jamie, and he says, what about international driving license? Should I bring that from India? Yes, you should.
Yeah. Next.
Off-campus job after first sem? No, it's not.
All the times.
Unless you have an off-campus work permit from ISSI, which is highly.
I mean, you don't get.
You need a green card or a citizenship.
Next question is, are there incidents of ragging or racism? No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Don't worry about it. Question is, are there any dedicated Google, Facebook groups for every department like ISCS, etc., so that we can collaborate and raise queries?
Yes, we do have.
Yes, you can search on Facebook. The next question is, can I know what exactly is the most demanded stuff should we get from India so that baggage space is utilized economically? I think we have a document that would describe exactly what you need. Yeah. So the next question is, I read somewhere that we should get sleeping bags with us for the initial temporary accommodation days. Is it?
It depends. I mean, there
If you
could be
have
chances.
room in your bag, then
There could be chances if the person who's providing you the accommodation doesn't have an extra mattress, extra bed. So yes, so it depends. I mean,
if you get it, it's
if you
better.
get it, it's better. Yeah.
But don't waste
Don't waste
space.
your space.
You can buy it
sleeping
here.
bags.
Hardly $15 होएगा.
So the next question is, should the transcripts we submit to NEU have to be from the university, or is it okay to submit the transcripts I acquired from my college? Same question for mark sheet registration.
That's fine. That's
From
fine.
your college is fine.
From your college is fine. Attested. And
Attested
sealed.
should be.
Yep.
Even
Next question is, says, I heard about a gunshot and a mugging case near the university. How is the scene right now? Will Boston ISA provide temporary accommodation in secure area? Asking because my parents are very concerned about it.
Yes, we do provide accommodation in secure area. So I think that won't be a problem. So,
And gunshots are a rare case near the university. You know? And if it is, there is the university police which would cordon off the area and which would notify all students to stay away.
right now the areas are pretty much safe. Everything is happening from last 1.5
Yeah, just to add, we'll be getting you in contact with the person who's staying there, so there'll be always people staying there.
Yeah.
So it will be safe.
It will be safe.
Yeah. If they are alive, that means it's evident that they, yes.
So just take count among the present, the laptop you all own. So we will get a clear idea which laptop company is more popular.
Apple.
What do we have? We have a Lenovo, we have a MacBook,
We have a
Dell,
Dell.
and we have a Dell.
So it's one is
Two
to
Apples
one.
here.
And Apple, and yeah, one more Apple. And Hari, what do you
Lenovo.
use?
Mine is also an Apple.
Apple, okay. And Vivek is also an
Apple.
Apple.
The Apple, I
Vivek, you're not audible.
Lenovo.
Lenovo,
Using Lenovo, I'm a Lenovo.
Think
Lenovo.
30i.
3 Lenovos, 3 Apples.
3 Lenovo's, 3 Apple, 1 Dell. Yeah.
You should go with the configuration and the deals.
Yeah.
Did we mention that we have the, I guess, Lenovo service center, right, at ResNet, or was it Dell?
No, it's Dell.
Dell, Mac. How to check if the house is plagued by bed bugs? Bed marks.
Sleep for 1 or 2 days.
Visit the house, look around the vicinity, and if the house is dirty or something, it is very likely that there are bed bugs. So, I mean, like, you can only tell it after visiting the house.
Or leave a tissue paper
Yeah.
on the edges of the house.
Go ahead, right?
Okay. The next question says, is 5 guys in a 2 BHK legally allowed, or is it strictly for also in case of 1 BHK 3 or 2 the max limit?
It would be best answered in the leasing document.
Yes.
That the leasing office would provide you.
Yeah.
Next.
So the next question is question regarding fee payments. I have taken a bank loan, so when will I be billed? I think we have answered this question. Yeah. Also, is it advisable to bring a DD initially to pay the SEM fees? Yes. You can bring a DD. The next question is, should we try to find the accommodation from here or after we reach Boston? How much time will it take to find one? I think we have answered this.
You can find the roommates for now.
The next question is, what's the maximum number of days for which ISA could provide temporary accommodation?
10 days.
10 days.
But later you can talk to your host and you can extend your stay.
So the next question is about washing clothes. When we stay in a temp accommodation, will we get access to washing machine, or do we have to make other arrangements?
You will
Yeah,
have,
think
you
you'll get
have
that.
access.
You'll get access to.
you can talk to your
Yes. So the next question is the pickup service provided by Boston ISA free or chargeable? If chargeable, then what shall be the charges?
As we mentioned earlier, it's free of cost from our side. The only fee that you will have to pay is the cab drive from airport to your temporary accommodation, which also will be like splitted among the number of people in the cab.
So it's between you and the cab driver. ISA is not taking part into this.
Yes.
We are just helping you with the cab service. That's it. We are not dealing with the money matters.
but you should carry some amount of cash with you.
You have to carry 10, 20.
No, just
Bills of 5, 10,
10.
1, it's good.
8 hours of class and class timings. You'll find that on the registrar's website. Go to registrar.nu.edu.
there are hardly any class of 8 hours. Just maximum are 3 hours.
8 hours per week.
Per week.
Per week. The next question is, I heard in some apartments 7 to 8 people stay in a 2 BHK in City View. Is it true? What you recommend, because it costs us more if we stay 4 or 5. No, we have not heard about 7 to 8 people, and you can stay only up to 4 people in a 2 BHK. The next is, what is the best way to transfer money for living expenses from our own savings account to the account that we'll open in US? Is it okay to load money, significant amount, in Forex and deposit?
Forex is better.
Forex is better.
Yes, because also charges a wiring fee if you want to wire money from India to your Bank of America account. I guess it's $12 per transaction. So it's always better to get money into your Forex card and withdraw it and then deposit into your Bank of America account.
Yeah. So the next question is, I'm a student of BU. Could you arrange to put me in touch with a few BU seniors? I'm currently part of the WhatsApp group. Two FB groups of BU Fall 2014 students.
Isn't that enough?
You're already part of Facebook and WhatsApp groups, so you must be having something.
And yes, I have some friends in BU.
Yeah, we can ask Tavisha.
We can probably connect you with a couple of folks. The next question is, can we know the information regarding financial aid available for freshers? I think you have financialaid.nu.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a website and
you
you
can go
access.
from, if you have the MyNU access, there is a financial
section in your
So you can go to self-service and
on the right side.
Yeah,
and
on the
then-
right side.
The next question is the house laundry free as present in Mission Main apartment as community laundry will be paid?
No,
Mission Main laundry is not
It's
free.
not-
Nowhere laundry is free. You either have to pay it as a cost in terms of
use coins or you have to use cards.
Yes.
Easy one.
Mission Main currently has those laundry cards in which you load money, and every a wash is like $2.50, and a 1 ton of drying is $2.50. That's like effectively $5 per time you wash and dry your clothes.
The next question is, I would like to know a little more about whatever vaccine and is it it's advisable to take one before reaching Boston.
You should check the university website. US.
Yeah,
USCS.
USCS.nu.edu.
I would recommend you taking this vaccine.
And if you're in India, you can't waive the insurance now. If you want to waive.
Nupur, take all the vaccines that are mentioned on the health services form. Next question is, we have been carrying a prepaid travel cards and were told that these cards can be used everywhere, both for swiping and withdrawing. Do we really need a bank account there? If yes, we'll be using travel cards for the first few months. Yes, you need a bank account. You'll be getting if you get an on-campus job, you'll be getting direct deposits into your account. Alternatively, you'll get a check. So you will need a bank account to, encash the check or, have a direct deposit account.
And also the online banking in US is very simple when compared to what is in India. And transferring your friends the money, whatever you spend in the house, and that's all made simple.
You won't be able to charge your transaction fee every time you use the
Yeah,
ATM.
for swiping and withdrawing, you'll be always charged some amount if you're using a forex card.
You might not be charged for swiping, but withdrawal.
So the next question is, how many veg Indian restaurants and Indian grocery stores are in the vicinity of the university? Pretty much, I think,
Not many.
So we have convenience over here.
three stores, I
Three
think.
Indian stores and Indian restaurants, I guess.
I think only one and
Yeah,
Those are-
A couple around, that's it.
couple in the vicinity of the university, I think. Right?
Yeah, within a mile.
Within a mile, it
Within a
is.
mile.
Anyways, public transport is damn simple.
So the next question is, if we have formed a group, can we get the temporary accommodation together?
We cannot guarantee this thing. We may try to do it, but definitely not guarantee.
I mean,
Okay,
the chances
the
are very
temporary
less.
accommodation is a best effort service and first come first serve. So the registration, when the registration starts, so the first come first serve, on the first come first serve basis, the first 50 or first 80, depending on how many accommodations we have, we'll provide them. Otherwise, you can start, if you think you have delayed your registration, you can start searching and talk to your seniors about this.
Moving to the next question, which is most preferred insurance taken by students in Boston?
ISOA. Northeastern University or ISOA.
Yeah, either of you. The next question is, do consulting firms and financial institutions come to NEU for hiring co-op and full-time positions for the MSIA program, or is it just software companies? I think once you come here, we'll probably brief you with that. Okay, yeah, we have the icebreaker question here. So, between Indian students, we probably have something for you when you come down.
One thing I would like to add here is, due to time constraints, we would be winding up the Hangout on Air session within next 20 to 30 minutes. So I would encourage you guys not to post any questions anymore. And yeah, you guys can just start answering questions now.
Yes. So the next question is, when do we need to apply for internships? We'll let you know once you come here. The next question is, your answer was the credit amount. I guess there are some other university expenses like library fees, so wanted to know a rough amount.
That will be around 500 or 600 dollars.
Whatever miscellaneous amounts that you're talking about, add $1,000 to it. That's it. It's not going to be more than that. Next question is, I'm using a 4-year-old laptop that has a habit of rebooting at any instance and it likes. I hope it makes through this. Please suggest when can we get best deals. Come down here and we'll let you know about the best deal.
Don't bring that laptop.
Don't bring that laptop, yeah.
Take backups and
So, why people insist staying near the university when we are going to buy a $70 bus train pass? Because anyway in winter one won't be able to walk to the university. Perfectly fine. You don't have to stay near the university. If you're fine in traveling, 20 to 30 minutes, I think you will be in a good position to.
And that's $70 per month. So
Yeah.
if you're using a pass, that will be winters for 3 months. So it's 70 to 3 instead of using 70 people.
We do walk in.
Yeah, we do walk in winters. It's not so big task.
Yes. And Hari has something.
And one more thing was, with your coursework, you're probably going to end up more than half of your time in the library along with your friends, doing your assignments. So if you stay away from campus, it's always going to be difficult because public transport ends at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Then you have to depend on the shuttle, and the shuttle doesn't go far off. So it's always better and preferable to stay near the university because it saves you time, it's convenient for you, and yeah, it's easier.
Yeah. So the next question is, in response to Uday Bhaskar's question regarding total fees, it is coming around 6 lakh INR. Okay. If you did the math, good. Thanks.
thank you.
The next question is, what's the limit of withdrawal amount at a time?
So it's 800, but you can withdraw. No, it's 800 per transaction.
Per transaction and 1,000 per day.
Yes.
Yeah, it is 800 per transaction, but I guess in the Forex card you can do more than one transaction. I guess in a BOFA debit card you can't do that.
Like my Forex card, I can withdraw 800 per transaction and the limit up to 10,000.
Yeah.
Depends. 10,000 per day. So it depends.
Alternatively, you can find this and let us know when you want.
It's better to swipe the card in the bank and transfer the money.
The next question is, as you guys said, the rents get a big high in August, September. Does it mean that if we accept that, we need to pay the same amount the entire year? Yes.
Yes.
The next question is, will we be knowing where we get temporary accommodation in advance before the travel? Yes, you would know.
In fact, you will be the person who will be contacting the host.
The next question is, can you please specify a few places or apartment names where we should book apartments? We have a document on that. Please refer our document. The next question is, how do I pay fees since my parents are traveling with me and suggest the best way? I've got a scholarship and how will I receive it? In what form? If you've got a scholarship, it should be on your I-20, and you really don't want your you don't need your parents to get this money. You can, if you have a bank loan, you probably have to email them this. The next question is, I have planned for health insurance provided by National Insurance here in India. The deductible is $100. So should I go for it? The coverage is $500,000. It looks good to us, but just check for Massachusetts minimum health coverage. If you just Google for it, you come to know what is the amount that's required.
The only difference between the insurance here and in India that we have to send all the documents one by one, whatever is asked in India. If you want to, so it will be simple here.
The next question here is, would electrical appliances bought in India work in the US? For example, can I get my electric kettle along? You don't have to get your electric kettle, you can buy it here, it's very economical, don't worry. Okay. The next question is, which company's Forex card is most preferred?
I use ICICI.
Access Bank.
Axis Bank.
Access Bank is
Anything is fine. Most of them would work fine here. Any renowned company, it should be fine. Next.
So the next question here is, I'm planning to register for ISO Gold Silver plan from here, starting from the day I land. Is it a good idea? Yes, it's a good idea.
But then also you should take travel insurance.
Yes, it's better to take travel insurance. Hi, how much does ISOA insurance cost per month? Please visit isoa.org.
Yeah, for the silver plan, it's
$1 per day.
31 per month. Yeah, $31 per month.
And depends on your age. If you are more than 25,
Okay. So the next question is it advisable to take ICICI Lombard or any other insurance for say 1 month and then take up ISOA on any other health insurance, since ICICI insurance covers travel part?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
yes. This sounds good. So you can do it as per your convenience. Okay. So the next question is, we are 30 plus people traveling in the same flight and will be reaching around 10 p.m. on the airport. Will it be a problem for arranging without temporary accommodation? 30 people.
A problem as long as all of you are registered.
Exactly.
On the site would be live by tomorrow. In 2 days, we are almost done. We are finishing up the last rounds, and whoever has registered for airport pickup, if we have a clean submission, we would be catering the airport pickup, no matter the count.
I think temporary accommodation,
The same thing, you have to register for the temporary accommodation too, and yeah, it's no, it's the basis of first come first serve.
Yes.
Guys,
The benefit of service.
One second.
Yes.
I would just like to add here that let's answer their questions for 10 more minutes. The last 10 minutes we would be covering the site rules and whatever we have discussed in the evening, and we'll cover it in the last 10 minutes and end up with the last year's video. Okay.
Do we need, the next question, do we need a TB test to be done?
Yes.
Yes. Hi guys, is there any group like Boston ISA on any other social media platform so we can connect? Not sure.
don't have competitors.
We don't have competitors. I think.
We'll have our website running. That would be the best way.
We are also available on Twitter and
Facebook,
Google Plus,
Google Plus, email.
Skype.
Okay, you win. There are some terms associated with health insurance like co-payments, deductible. Can you please explain these terms? So basically, co-payments.
Successfully.
So co-payments are basically what you need to pay along with what the insurance would pay. Now, for example, if you go to a doctor and he charges you $1,000, okay, there would be some amount of money that you would pay along with it for every visit. Okay? And the deductible is basically your personal contribution to any visit. Okay? For more, I think you should probably look up at Wikipedia, Google it. Be pretty simple. The next thing is, I wanted to pay fees from India before leaving to Boston, but my bill has not been generated yet. I had registered for classes months back, so I didn't expect the bill to be generated while I'm in India. So how do I pay before leaving?
No, I think the registration office hasn't started the procedure of generating bills. So once they start, you'll be getting.
It. So don't worry, you can do the process right from US as well. The next question is, when do I get my confirmation that my airport pickup and temporary accommodation has been arranged?
5 days before your 5 days before your departure date, you'll receive a mail. Once you are registered to the Boston ISA website, you'll get a mail that you have been registered, and the confirmation of who's going to pick you up will be 5 days before your departure date.
The next question is, how safe is Terrace Street area, and would the initial deposit paid to hold the seat be accounted for the first semester's fee? Okay, the first question is Terrace Street. It's not. It's the Mission Hill area, I should say, and it's near the Roxbury Crossing Orange Line station. So ideally, we wouldn't recommend, but you could still, once you come down here, you could still make a good judgment for yourself. But we don't recommend. Would the initial deposit paid to hold the seat be accounted for the first semester fee? Yes. The next question is, do we suffer from homesickness, and what was your experience? Yes, we do, and we probably relive all those experiences when you come down here. When you feel it.
Don't worry, we'll make you feel like that.
Boston, I say, make you feel
home away from home.
Yeah, that implies that you have to work here. Okay, thanks a lot, guys, for all these answers. You seem to have sacrificed your sleep for this. Thanks a zillion. Thank you for your kind words, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. Thumbs up. Okay. The next question is, insurance like Tata AIG, Bajaj, ICICI are cashless, or we need to pay the first fees from our pocket and then reimburse it? Please read the offer documents for terms and conditions. Is Westland Avenue safe area? Yes, it is safe area, nice area. Please continue looking for apartments. Okay. The next question is, shall we carry a suit? Yes. And yes, at what times do we need to wear a suit? And shall we carry a few formal?
Yes, you have to.
You have to for all three. At what time?
During your interviews, and ISSI will organize a cruise party for that.
Job fairs. Formal clothings are expensive here, so please get it.
Yeah. So the next question is, I am planning to take ISO health insurance. So prior to that, I have to take health insurance from India for 1 month. Yes. NU provides 32 credits for a CS course, so total 8 subjects. Can I pay extra and take more subjects? Yes. Can I do co-op and thesis both? Because in future I want to go for PhD, then master's thesis will be mandatory, I guess.
Oh, salute.
Okay. So I think if you do a co-op, then ideally, you probably will not be.
You will not have enough time to do a thesis, I guess, if you do co-op, unless and until like you take a course doing co-op, and I mean it'll be too much of a workload, especially since you're in CS. I think it will be too much of a load for.
I think they have Nobel has a bad influence. Probably, he's pretty chilled out there. They feel that they will all buy a MacBook Pro and be enjoying in San Diego.
Yeah. You have to be lucky. That's all.
Okay. So I think if you want to do PhD, go for master's thesis. Forget the co-op.
I would say, I just scroll down all the questions and I see most of the questions are similar that we have answered before. So I mean, let's cut the Q&A session here and switch to how the website and registration stuff would work. Can the web development team just pitch in? What is the idea on how the site registration? What are your thoughts? How do you expect students to register in? and what to do, what not to do, and again, and then the temporary accommodation and the airport team, can they tell after that how is the whole procedure going to be executed?
Vivek, go first.
Okay, so the new student registration form should be live by Monday 10 a.m. IST. That's our target. So once you register, you will get a mail detailing what are the next steps for you. During the registration process, you have to fill in your primary details along with your parents' contact numbers. If you do not have a flight ticket or you haven't booked your flights, then you can just skip the field of entering flight details by clicking on no and then complete the form. After you have
Vivek, just a suggestion. Can you share your screen and show it on the local host how the website looks right now and what all they need to fill so that they have a better idea, if
yeah,
possible. Otherwise, we can just go this way.
surely I can do that.
It was visible. Can you share it again?
Okay. Is everyone able to see it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is what the screen would look, the registration page would look like. So you would put in your first name, last name, email ID, and all other details. Uh, then you have your details for temporary accommodation. You say yes. You fill in the details about the start date, your smoking, drinking habits, and your food preference. Then you have your flight details. So if you do not have a flight details, you just need to click no and continue. Uh, Again, in case of flight details, we need complete information. So we would be asking you for details like the airline name, flight number, flight PNR, the departure date, departure location, the port of entry, that is the place where you will be landing in the US. That is important because it is possible that you might be first landing in any other airport other than Boston. So you will be clearing your immigration clearance over there. And so when you land in Boston, you will not have another immigration clearance. So you will be coming out of the airport faster than the ones who are landing at Boston. So we need to let our volunteers know accordingly so that they do not miss you at the airport. That would be it. So this would be the registration page.
And we have stressed it in the previous years as well, and I would stress it again and again that all the information is necessary as well as I mean, like, if in any case, if your registration isn't submitted, we won't be able to track it and hence won't be able to cater you successfully. So please make sure that all your data is accurate and is correct and the submission goes through.
Additionally, we will be monitoring though for incomplete profiles, and we will try to send a mail every 3 days if you find that your profile is incomplete. And if your profile remains incomplete 7 days prior to your departure from India, then we are sorry, we will not be able to uh, provide either temporary accommodation or airport pickup to you because we do not have the complete details with us.
And Mira, would you like to explain how the airport pickup has been the best part of the whole Boston IFA experience?
Yeah, so for the airport pickups, as Vivek said, you'll have to fill out the forms. You'll have to give us exact details so that there are no confusions on our end. There'll be a volunteer who will be coming to pick you up with a T-shirt similar to this. So he'll be wearing a T-shirt so that you can identify him or her. He'll be he'll be getting you in contact with the cab service. So we have a dedicated cab service, and they'll be dropping you off to your temporary accommodation. Or if we have provided you a temporary accommodation, then we'll take you there. And the volunteers do not get involved in the money matters. So you will be directly paying the cab service. So there is no money involved from our end. Again, airport pickups will be provided to everyone, but temporary accommodations will be on first come first service and a best effort.
Also, I would like to
We'll be checking the I-20 to make sure that we receive
The right
legitimate
person.
service. Yeah.
Also, I would like to add in here is that please make sure that if you need airport pickup, and I mean like if there's any change in your plan and if there's someone coming to pick you up, please make sure that you let us know, because there would be one volunteer coming to the airport all the way just for you. So please respect the volunteer's effort.
If you are arranging a pickup from your family, friend, or someone else, please let us know. And if you are not letting us know, you might have to pay $10 for the person who is coming and coming just for you for pickup.
That would be the cab fare, whatever the cab fare, because the cabs are usually pre-booked before you leave India, considering the high numbers of registrations we receive every year. So
You
please make sure about that.
out in between, just let us know. If you don't let us know, it means you might have to pay at least a $10.
And get some cash along with you so that you can pay the cabs. Cash is preferable.
So, and anything about temporary accommodation that you would like to mention, guys?
I think he said it's a best effort service, and we'll try our level best to accommodate as many as we can. So keep that in mind that we are trying our level best to provide everyone, but as you know that there are a high number of applications for this. It will be impossible that we could give everyone this. So please reach out to your friends. If you have relatives, you have any acquaintances from India who reside in Boston, go ahead and reach out to them.
I think that's about it. So I think we have prepared a video about the last year's initiative. So if we can just share that and wind up. So
Just a minute, I'm doing that.
yeah. Okay. So everybody else, can we mute our microphone so that the screen isn't switched while the video is being played?
Yeah, Hari.
Folks, can we not play or can we not drag and drop move back and forth on the video because it's affecting us. So let the video finish and then you could go back and view the video.
Temporary accommodation. The main problem I faced was I was traveling to Boston alone, and I reached here at around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night. So the guys came there and they picked me up on.
Close the or if questions I have answered.
What do we do?
Okay, so what we can do is we will be accepting questions on our Gmail address.
Yes.
So that is mailbostonisa@gmail.com. Please give us 2 business days to reply to those questions. But before posting, however, we would request you that we will be releasing the video on YouTube of this entire Hangout. Do go through the videos because almost all the questions that are there have already been answered. And also you can check out our document section. So you will be able to find answers for all of that. But
And
Rest assured, we will definitely answer your questions within 2 business days.
also, we'll be launching our site by Monday, so you can post your queries over there under the contact section. So by Monday, we'll be launching our site, and you can post your query over there. It's under contact us.
So I think we are done, and so thank you all. And if we have not answered any of your questions, as he said, contact us on the website. It will be up in about 2 days.
Like by Monday.
Have a safe flight.
Have a safe flight, and
See you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Something.
Vivek, bye.
यार काम करो